We have done. There's one shloka which is sent, very beautiful shloka. You know that which means that if you aggravate an enemy, you know, and go to him, then it is as good as setting a fire and sitting in the direction of the wind. So the wind is going to the wind is going to come and sort of burn you. In that,
Yeah.
there is a if you have seen it carefully, this I'm just
Which
telling
one,
you
sir?
something because I'll
Which
tell
one
you.
is
That is, your way. No, sorry, that is the
you?
first one.
No, that is Shraddam.
Vidhaya Vairam Samarshe Noro Ravya Udasate Prakshipya Odarkisham Kakshe Sherate Te Bhirparutam. Right? This sloka, right? Correct? So Vidhaya, you don't know what it is. Telega, Janado. Vairam, don't know. Samarshe, don't know. Naro Rau. Now tell me, we have know how to split this sandhi, correct? Can you split it? We have done it already. What is naro rau? Naraha
Nara, Naraha,
arau.
Urav, Arav,
No, arau. Arau.
Arav, Arav.
We have done purva rupa sandhi, no? You remember we have done
Yes,
purva rupa,
yes,
right? So
yes.
naraha arau, right? So we come to this beautiful word naraha, right? Now, uh, we have done so many words like ramaha, panaha, correct, no?
Yeah.
So this looks like something like this, correct? No? I've been telling you, look at patterns, look at patterns. So Naraha looks like this, correct? No?
Yes.
Fine. Then again, Pitru Shabda, or even better than that, the Yodhru Shabda, right? We have done Yodhru also, correct? So Yodhru is Yodha, correct? No?
Yeah.
Yodha Rho and sorry, Yodha Rah, correct? No? Right?
Yes.
So suppose you were to come to a conclusion only looking at the pattern, then does this not look like an Akaranta Ekavachana word? Do you understand what I'm saying? Does this Yodha Rah also look like an Akaranta uh, uh, Ekavachana word like Ramaha, Banaha, because it's adding an Akara, correct? And a Visarga, correct? So
Correct.
the same problem is there with Naraha. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you were to extrapolate, right, from this Yodharaha, right, being a Bahuvachana word, if I were to tell you that Naraha is a Bahuvachana word,
Nru.
very nice. So Pratipadikam is
I,
Nr.
I could say this. I could say this because there is a word Nrupaha also.
Very nice. There is a word called Nrupaha. Very nice. Yes, yes, very nice. The one uh, Nrun Pati Yaha Saha Nrupaha. That means the one who takes care of, one who protects, one who nourishes the people is Nrupaha.
Mm.
Who is Nrupaha? Then the king,
Yes.
right? So now coming to this Ndru, can you tell me what will be the Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachan? Can you extrapolate from this?
Nara. Narau.
No, no. Why? Why? Yodhru becomes Yodha. So what have you done? You have removed the rukara and put an akara.
Just put na only. Na.
Na.
No. No. No.
Na. No. Na. Naro.
Naro.
Naraha.
Naro.
Naro.
Naro. Then na becomes prathama ekavachanam. Naro becomes prathama dvivachanam. Naraha becomes prathama bahuvachanam. Right? Correct? So we have to look for patterns. Correct? But at the same time, we must also see these patterns as well. Here, so Naraha looks like, of course, there is a word called Naraha also. Now that there's one more twist. There is a word called Naraha whose Pratipadikam is Nara, which is an Akaranta Pullinga word. Right? Correct? So then you might ask me, immediate question which might come into your mind is that this Naraha is Ekavachanam or Bahuvachanam? Did you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told you that Nara it can be an Akaranta Pullinga word, in which case Naraha becomes Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. And if the Pratipadikam were Nr, then Naraha becomes a Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachana word. Now tell me, this question doesn't arise in your mind that this Naraha in this shloka, how do I know that it is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam or Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam? This question arises, no? Right? Okay. So now how I have come to the conclusion that this is Naraha is Bahuvachanam. Of course, this is going to come to you much later. But Naraha, it is Udasate. Okay, this is the Kriya Padam. Okay, and this Kriya Padam is in Bahuvachanam. Do you understand?
Yes.
If this was in Ekavachanam, this becomes Udaste. This you don't know now, but I'm telling you, you have to look for other clues. Do you understand what I'm saying? When the word is the same, you have to look for other places to look for trying to identify what this word is actually. Right? So, but all the same, I want you to keep. I want you to keep seeing, keep looking for patterns. This is something which you have to do constantly, irrespective of right or wrong. Right or wrong, बाद में देखेंगे. But this recognition of words and their patterns is an inherent part of this study. Right? Okay. Shall we do our prarthana and then we start? Right?
Okay, sir.
Om Parthaye Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Dvaitamritavarshidhim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം Ambattvamanuchandadhami Bhagavatgite Pavatyeshinin Namostu Te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Sundara Vinda Yatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Sutra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitaamritaduhe Namaha Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devam Paramanandam Krishna Vande Gurum Ishmadronataka Jayadratala Gandhara Dilotpala Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarana Ghoramakara Duryodhanavastini Tirna Kalupandavairana Nadi Daivartaka Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamalam Gītāर्थgadvoत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैतः सः प्रीयमाणं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसे मुखं करोति वाचालं अंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं ब्रह्मावरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः शृण्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थितकृतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. We continue with our next abhyasa. The yes, Anand Mother, please start. Read the exercise. I believe you have got your Bhagavad Gita with you, right? Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that's all.
Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
Please.
This
Please.
is Panchadasha. Putta Kramanka Panchadasha, sir. Panchadasha.
Maka Panchadasha. Abhyasa
Abhyasa. Yeah. एतत् संख्याकेषु लोकेषु भवान् इति शब्दम् अन्विष्यत. 1.8. sir.
So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here?
Bhavan.
We have to look for Bhavan. Yes. Yes. Decide this look up.
पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणामाचार्य.
No, wait a minute. 1 minute. That is 1
Sorry. 1.8, no? भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च.
Very nice. Bhavan, Bhishmascha, Karnascha, Rupascha, Samitinjayah, Ashwathama, Vikarnascha, Padattistathaiva cha. So after splitting the sandhis, Bhavan, Bhishmaha,
Bhavan. Yeah.
first word itself, right? We have found our word, right? So Bhavan, Bhishmaha, cha, Karnaha, cha, Krupaha, cha, Samitinjayah, Ashwathama, Vikarnaha, cha, Saumadattihi, Tatha, Eva, cha. But see in the many first instances you are getting Visarga changing into Shakara, and last Saumadattihi, Tatha, Eva, cha. Right? So you see here Visarga changing into Sakara. Correct, no? Example, you say Karnascha is Karnaha cha. But when you come down to here, Sauma Tattihi Tatha Eva cha. So you have got here Visarga changing into, you see Visarga changing here in Karnaha, Visarga changing into Shakara. Here Visarga changing into Sakara. Right? Correct. See the difference? This Sandhi we already know. Tathaiva. What Sandhi is this? How does this become Tathaiva?
Gunasandhi, sir. Gunasandhi.
No. We have got an Aikara here, no?
Oh,
We have
Aikara.
got an Aikara. So Aikara is a Vriddhi.
Vriddhi. Yeah.
Correct, no? Vriddhi Sandhi, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So Akara plus Ekara is Aikara. One more step. A
Yes.
is the Guna Varna. So I becomes a Vriddhi Varna. So this is Vriddhi
Yes.
Sandhi.
Yes.
So here he's a sort of listing out who are all there. So Bhavan, you, Bhishma is there, Karna is there, Krupaha is there, Sabitinjaya. Sabitinjaya is an adjective to Krupaha, right? Ashwathama is there, Vikarna is there, Saumadatti is there, right? And etc. Tatha evacha. So other such great warriors are there. So it's sort of a listing out all those people.
Right? Just the listing out. There's
It's a
nothing
listing
more.
out. No,
Okay.
first during the first part, in the very first sloka, Duryodhana walks to Dronacharya, right? And tells him, see, look here, this is the army assembled by your Shishya, who is a Shishya, that Drishtadyumna, right?
Yeah.
He's the chief of the Pandava army, right? So he says, your Shishya has assembled this army. And then he goes on listing out that who all are there. Right? The first part is that who all are present in the army, sort of a narration of who all are present. So when he says Bhavan, he is referring to Drona. He says you are there. Right? This is all said by Duryodhana. Clear, no? So we have,
So, sir, the meaning, it is written as yourself and Bhishma and Karna.
yeah. So when he says yourself, he means Drona.
Okay.
He
So-
walks over to Drona. He walks over to Dronacharya and tells him that look here, you see your disciple has assembled this entire army.
So Bhavan refers to Drona. That's what you're saying.
Or Bhavan refers to Drona as he's saying you.
Okay, sir.
Right?
And this meaning of Samitinjaya.
Very, very beautiful word.
Yeah.
Samitinjaya means Samitim Jaya. That means the one. Everybody knows what is a Samiti. Samiti is what? What is Samiti?
Just a group of people or association?
Group of people. Very, very nice. So the one who is victorious
Okay.
over a group of people. One who wins over a group of people, right? Is Sabitin Jaya. So like for example, there's a courtroom of people. So he wins over everybody in that courtroom. You get what I'm saying? That's therefore Sabitin Jaya.
Okay. Thank you.
And you can analyze this word, go on further. That is the beauty of this language. But we have to rein our, don't go very, very deep. The word of the word Mita. Anybody can tell the name of the word Mita? Everybody knows the name Amita.
Yeah.
We know a word Amita as a very popular name, Amita, right? So Mita means limit, a boundary. A boundary is Mita. Boundary is a limit. You can't go beyond this boundary. For example, you build a wall, right? This boundary is so Amita is what? Boundless, without bound, without limit. Amita, right? So this word can go into Samiti also. That means something which has a bound. That means when you say a group of people means what? You always draw like this. Na? You draw a bound, right? You don't draw many people like this. You just draw a bound. This is a group. You say like this. Na? What are you actually doing? You're drawing a bound. Na? You're drawing a limit. So, that which is bounded is also by bound. That means you have a group of collection of people like that. Okay. Go to the 12th sloka, yes.
So then, sir, hello, sir. You said Mita means limit or boundary. So
Yes.
there is also a name like there is Amit. Similarly, there is Mita. Mita.
Mita.
Yeah.
Correct. So
So
you
there is
add
a
a three
name. So
pratyaya.
would that? Yeah.
Yeah. So you add a three pratyaya to this and make it Mita.
So would that mean something that's limited
No,
in a
something that's
female?
limited. Exactly. Something that is limited is Mita. Correct. You're
Acha.
right. Something that
Actually,
is limited is Mita.
I know somebody called Amita also.
You can use Amita also. Yes,
But,
you can.
so I have a question. I have a question in my mind that what could be the reason for someone to be named as Mita who's limited?
Uh, shall I tell you something? Many people, while naming somebody, don't understand names. They only look nice. They put it right.
Ah.
It need not necessarily have for them. It may not have a meaning, but they have done
Hmm.
something uh, uh, without understanding. They have put somebody
Hmm.
made somebody limited.
Like you were saying,
Yeah.
shloka is also wrong. That's what you were saying
For
once.
example, shloka. It looks nice. It looks uh, it looks beautiful. Huh? So shloka sounds
Hmm.
nice. Somebody puts it, but without little knowing that what could be the meaning, right?
Hmm.
Uh, for all you know, you would like to bind somebody, no? Also, so you can call her Mita.
All right. Nice.
I mean, what somebody would say, no, no, I don't want boundless. I want bounded only. That is
That's
also
true.
possible.
But sir, most likely
Yes.
this be without understanding also, sir. That is it.
Exactly. So most of the time, without understanding, only the nice sounding names are used, right? Uh, with a little knowing that the what the meaning would possibly be, right? Namo Namah, Shriya ji. Namo Namah, Rakesh
Namo
ji.
Namah, sir. Namo Namah, everyone.
नमो नमः
नमो नमः आपके अच्छे अच्छे श्लोक हमें मिल रहे हैं और हमारे अध्ययन में इसकी सहायता भी होगी
आई ट्राइड
भेजते रहिए ऐसे और फिर मैं आप लोगों को परेशान करते रहूंगा मुझे
गुड
मुझे
एक्सरसाइज
मुझे ईंधन मिलता है when you send me this I get more material to but I want to see basically हमको क्या है जब भी हम संस्कृत पढ़ेंगे ना तो हमें ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है कि आसान भाषा है कोई भी समझ सकता है कुछ इसमें कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कुछ नहीं है मुश्किल कुछ नहीं है आसान है सब राइट दैट इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू बेसिक underlying current of this entire class is to say that it is simple and everybody can do it right हाँ स्वाध्याय चाहिए उसमें बिना स्वाध्याय के नहीं होना तो स्वाध्याय तो हर विषय में चाहिए राइट विदाउट स्वाध्याय यू कांट डू एनीथिंग राइट shall we go to the 12th sloka read please
You want me to read, sir?
yeah Manish ji padhiye
Arjun Uvacha.
10 12 10th
Param,
10th adhyaya
10th Adhyay, 12th Shlok. Arjuna Uvacha. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, Ivyamadi Devamajam Vibhum.
very nice so Arjuna uvacha paramam brahma paramam dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevamajam vibhum see how I split it
Yeah, yeah.
the next part purusham shashvatam divyam adidevamajam vibhum right so bhavan is very easily found हमारा first exercise तो
Yes.
हो गया बात मिल गया
Okay.
right now to understand briefly what the shloka says paramam brahma right paramam dhama paramam brahma you are that brahma which is beyond everything para, everything, beyond everything is that.
Sir, is it param or paramam? Is it param or
Sorry,
paramam?
Param Brahma. So you are beyond everything. You are para. Para means something which is beyond. Param Dhama. Param Dhama. Dhama is what? House, refuge. House is Dhama. You know all these buildings in Bombay. You know
Yeah,
earlier
Yashodhama. Yashodhama.
Yashodhama, Samdhama. So what is Dhama? Dhama is house, residence, right? Dhama. So the Pratipadikam is Dhaman, right? Brahma. Pratipadikam is Brahman. These are all Nakaranta Napunsakalinga words, right? So Paramam Dhama. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. You are the most pure, you know. Bhavan. You are you. Bhavan as is you. Who is he addressing this to? Krishna, right? This is, just before the he shows him the Vishwarupa, you know. So he says, you are para, you are this, you are that. He gives him so many things. Purusham Shashvatam Divyam. You are Shashvata, unending, immortal, eternal, right? Divya, divine, Purusha. You are that entity, Purusha. You are that entity, right? Adi Devam, Ajam Vibhum. So Adi Devam, Ajam Vibhum. Vibhum is Lord. Ajam, without birth. Jaha, Jaha, the one who has no birth, right? Adi Deva, the first God, the primordial God, right? The first God, right? You understood all the words? Fine. Let's go further to the next sloka. Yes.
So one question, sir.
Yes,
Sorry, I'm asking the same questions again. So when you wrote this Adidevam, Ajam Vibhum, uh, it's not wrong to put a Anuswara, or is it? It has to be written in him only. I understand that it is being followed by.
So your question is that Devaha is an akaranta pullinga word, correct? No? So your Prathama Vibhakti is Devaha,
Okay, sir.
Devau, Devaha, correct? No?
Right.
Right? And here it appears as Devam, right? So this must be some other Vibhakti.
That is not my question. Yeah, that's also, that's true, sir. So how
What
do we fix?
Repeat your question.
No, my question is that M.
You are saying it is joint together.
Makara with halanta you had put, sir. Instead of that, if I put va and upar that, if you put a tanaswara, is it wrong? Is what I'm asking, because
No.
it is followed by akara, so it should not be a problem.
You can't put an anuswara there. You can't put an anuswara there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
Because it is followed by an akara. You can't put.
So it should always be okay, sir.
If there is a swara, if there is a swara, then it has to be Devamadi Deva, like that.
Correct.
Right? Yes.
Correct.
If there is a swara in front, then the anuswara cannot come. It has to be the Mahalanta only.
And what about Ajam?
Ajam, you see there, Ajam, Vibhum, in front of it is a Vyanjanam.
Yes, sir.
So this has to be an anuswara.
Understood.
It cannot be this under any circumstance.
Yes.
It cannot be this under any circumstances because this is an avargiya vanjanam. Here, they are avargiya vyanjanam. So
Yes.
there is no anunastika for that vyanjanam. It has to be anuswara only.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Can't be anything else.
Yes.
Right? Yes, good. For example, aham tu, suppose I am say, मैं तो महेश है, I am Mahesh, right? मैं तो महेश हूँ, aham tu महेश है. Okay. Now you see this takara is a vyanjanam, correct? No.
Yes.
So you have an anuswara. Another option could be.
Nakara in. Yeah.
Aham tu Mahesha.
Yes.
Why? Takar has an anunasika, which is nakar.
It's like Ajanta Shabda. Yeah, Ajanta Shabda.
Like, no, it's not Ajanta Shabda. Your anuswara can change. Anuswara can change into the anunasika of the next varna.
The same varga. Yeah, ta varga in this case. Yes,
No,
understood.
so varga anunasika is nakar. So the anuswara can change into nakar. But in this case, ajam vibhum, is it possible to change it? Is it possible to bring an anunasika of the varna of which va is the part? Because
No.
vakara is avargiya.
Yes.
It has no anunasika. So no option at all. It has to be only anuswara only, nothing else.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Here, does
Yeah.
that answer?
Thank you.
Yes.
And sir, you were saying something else, no? Devam, Devaha, Deva.
So yes, so you come across words like this devam, right? But everybody knows that devaha is an akaranta pullinga word. Devaha, devau, devaha. Correct, na? So this devam must be some other vibhakti which we have not studied so far, right? Similarly, coming back to your yesterday's group which your discussion, gruha, correct? Manish Mohoday got this word gruha as an akarant Napunsakalinga word, correct? But
Yes.
Kandan Mohoday says there is no word called gruha in this whole thing. The word which was there in the shloka was gruheshu.
No, actually, you had asked for Prathama Vibhakti words. That's why I said Grihesh.
Correct.
Griha is
Correct.
not a.
You're right. So gruheshu is not a Prathama Vibhakti word. This is some other Vibhakti word, some other word which we don't know at this point. We don't know. You get what I'm saying? But gruha indeed is an akaranta Napunsakalinga word, by the way. Gruha is indeed an Napunsakalinga word and it's an akaranta word. But the word gruheshu is some other vibhakti. It's not Prathama Vibhakti, something else we don't know at this point. And we won't ask also. When we do it, we'll come to know. Right? Clear? I had only told you to find out Prathama Vibhakti word. Correct? That is what we know we look. We don't look for what we don't know. We look for what we know. Right?
So similarly, Mitram also, sir. Mitram.
Okay, very important. I
Yes.
told you that the Pratipadikam Mitra comes in two lingas, in the Pullinga and in the Napunsakalinga also. In the Napunsakalinga, Mitram, like Chakram, Jnanam, right? Chandanam, right? This means friend. And the word when it goes to Pullinga, Mitraha, this is the name of the sun. The word Mitraha means the sun, Surya, Aditya. If you have any one of you has read the Aditya Hridayam, you know what is the Aditya Hridayam? Have you heard of Aditya Hridayam?
No.
Have you heard of Aditya Hridayam? There is a beautiful
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
very
sir.
stotra called the Aditya Hridayam, right? Now Aditya Hridayam was the mythology goes that Aditya Hridayam was told by Agastya Rishi to Rama, to Sri Rama, right? Just before the war with Ravana. The Aditya Hridayam was composed by Agastya Rishi. Now see, Sri Rama was a human being, right? And Ravana was a powerful Rakshasa, right? Sri Rama has no army, only one monkeys, right? and there you have a very powerful army in front. So Sri Rama gets worried that how am I going to win this war? It's a very unfair war. One side you have got armies and very powerful Rakshasas. Other side you have got only monkeys, nothing else. Only trees and stones and no weapons, nothing. So Sri Rama says, how am I going to win this war? So Agastya Rishi comes and gives him the Aditya Hridayam, and he tells him that if you read the Aditya Hridayam, if you chant the Aditya Hridayam, then no war is unwinnable. Okay, so we all read the Aditya Hridayam. We all read the Aditya Hridayam to overcome our difficulties, our when we are lost of confidence, don't know what to do, then it is proposed that you read the Aditya Hridayam. Just like Sri Rama did it. Just imagine Sri Rama, who is avatar of Vishnu, had lost confidence before the war. So what are we? Right? So Aditya Hridayam chanted for this sake. And in Aditya Hridayam, one of the names of the sun is Mitraha. If you have got access to it, have a look. So Mitraha is one of the names of the sun. Right? So with
Sir,
yes.
can I also share one more insight here, just to actually refresh my understanding and my knowledge also. So it
Yes.
is said that Mitra Aditya. I'm talking this from the Jyotish perspective. Mitra Aditya, when sun is in Mithun Rashi, is when he is called Mitra Aditya, and Mithuna Rashi in the horoscope comes in the third house, which is the house of courage, which is the house of initiative. And when you pray to Mitra Aditya, that is what Mitra Aditya blesses you with, that lot of courage and lot of fighting ability.
Very nice. Very nice. Now this, expanding more, you are, what should I say? It's like throwing a stone to a beehive.
Yes.
So the word Aditya, uh, one of the Adityas is the sun, right? The word Aditya is the son of Aditi.
Correct.
There's somebody called Aditi. So one of the
Correct.
sons of Aditi is Aditya, right? And sun is one of them. So you have to specifically say, which sun? So Mitra Aditya. So therefore Mitra Aditya, right? With Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, you get Mitra and Aditya. So Mitra Aditya, right? So word Mitra in Pullinga is for the sun, and Mitram Napunsakalinga is for friend. Clear? Good. See, we learn a lot of things, with this.
So sir, in this Rakesh ji shloka, this Vidya Mitram, Bharya Mitram, and all that is not in the first vibhakti, Or
Okay, now let me. No, I'll tell you why it is in first vibhakti. I will tell you.
That you said you'll explain, sir.
I'll explain. Yes, I'll explain. See, when you look for vibhakti, you must always look for what is the kriya padam. When you look for vibhakti, you must look for the kriya padam. So here, just let me look for this shloka. It's a very beautiful shloka which everything is nice, one minute. Vidya Mitram Pravaseshu. So in a journey, see, look for word Pravasa, right? So in a journey, who is the Mitra? Who is the friend? Vidya is the friend. So now what is our verb? Is. Correct, no? Vidya. So if I write this again, I reframe this. So Vidya Mitram Asti. Right? Which verb? The verb is. And we all know that is an intransitive verb and cannot take an object. That means it cannot work on something. So if there is asti in a sentence, these words have to be in Prathama Vibhakti. You get what I'm saying? If you remember, Manish, I am talking about somebody knocking your door, and if
Yes.
and some suppose I
Me
knock.
or I. Yeah.
It is me or it is I?
Correct. It has to be I.
I.
It is I and not me. It is me who did it wrong.
It's I
It is
who did it.
I. But you hear this, it is me who did it in so many places. It pricks my ears, when I hear it is me who did it. So I must admit that I have started looking at it closely after studying Sanskrit. Otherwise, I honestly I have not also studied it so carefully. So here Vidya Mitram Asti. Kutra, where pravaseshu. In journeys, your knowledge is your friend, right? Nobody is your friend. You can't carry all your friends with you on a journey, no? So who is your friend? Your knowledge, right? Bharya Mitram Gruheshu. So now tell me, Gruheshu will what? If I said in the journeys is pravaseshu, then Gruheshu should be what? In houses, in homes. Who is friend? Bharya is friend. Yeah, the wife is the friend in the houses, in homes, right? Vyadhitasya aushadham mitram. Vyadhita, the one who is sick, the one who is diseased, right? Vyadhi is disease, right? Vyaditaha, so vyadhitasya aushadham mitram. So what is mitram? Aushadham is mitram. The one who is diseased, medicine is the mitra. Dharmaha mitram mrutasya cha. So मरे हुए का कौन मित्र? Only dharma, nothing else. और कुछ साथ में नहीं ले जा सकते, right? So whatever dharma he had, that becomes his friend. So now do you understand here that the kriya padam is asti, right? So vidya mitram asti pravaseshu, bharya mitram gruheshu asti, vyaditasya aushadam mitram asti, dharmaha mitram mrutasya asti, everywhere asti is. Now tell me what vibhakti are all these words in prathama, except for words like pravaseshu, we don't know, gruheshu, we don't know, vyaditasya, we don't know, right? Mrutasya, no, not, we don't know. When we come to know, we will see, right? But keep this at the back of your mind. Keep this at the back of your mind. Mrutasya, vyaditasya. Very soon we are going to do this vibhakti as well. Next chapter is this vibhakti. In that place, then you recollect. Right?
Sir,
Yes.
one question is that Mitram you said is the Pratipadikam or friend, but if it's the Prathama Vibhakti, should it not be Mitra?
Prathama it is mitram, no?
Oh, okay, Chakram, like that. Okay, sir. Okay.
Chakra, Prathama it is chakram, Syandanam, Prathama it is Syandanam.
So in this case, Mitram. Okay, right, sir. Thank you.
It has to be mitram.
Yeah.
So first, at this point of time, we have done Prathama Bhakti, and Rakesh ji will keep sending us slokas. So we will look for Prathama. Your work will increase as we study more and more vibhaktis. Your scope will increase. Then I'll tell you, look for Sashti Vibhakti also.
Yes, sir.
And look for Saptami Vibhakti. Huh?
No, I said homework is increasing, yes.
Homework will steadily increase, Okay. Yes, 11:31. My 12 years ago, my study of Sanskrit started with just 2 pages. Just 2 pages. Yes. Today I have got cupboard full of books. Imagine how much homework has increased. Yes. A very beautiful sloka, which I had shared with Manish ji a couple of months ago, right? So let's do this double sloka. Yes. Yes. Rakesh ji पढ़ेंगे
34 ना
11th अध्याय 31st श्लोक.
31st.
आई एम सॉरी राकेश जी जरा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है लेकिन अच्छा है पढ़िए. इट विल हेल्प.
आख्या ही में को वानु गुरु ओ नमस्तुते देववर प्रसीद विज्ञातुमि गच्छामि पवन्तमाद्य न हि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम
प्रवृत्तिम. वेरी राकेश जी बहुत अच्छा प्रयास किया आपने. थोड़ा सा अभी मैं बोलता हूँ आप सुनिए. वेयर यू माइट हैव गॉन रॉन्ग जरा आप करेक्ट करिए बाद में. राइट. आख्या ही मे को भवान उग्र रूपो नमोस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमाद्यं नहि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम. Right? You see, here you observe that the shloka is a bit longer than some of those other slokas. You know, for example, the very first sloka being, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutavah Mamakah Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. With this shloka is a little longer than that one, right? Clear? And do you see the tune also has changed? Get what I'm saying? So you say Akya hi me ko bhavanugra rupo namostute deva vara prasida vijñātu vichchāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanāmi tava pravrittim. Okay? So there the shanda has changed. The different shanda. Right? Different rhyming is different. Right? So here are we able to look for Bhavan in the first place? So Akhya hi me ko. So let me split the Santi and write it for you. 1 minute. Akhya hi me kah Bhavan उग्र रूपः. आख्या ही में को भवान उग्र रूपः नमः अस्तु ते देववर सीद तुम इच्छामि भवन्तं यं नहि प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम. So first exercise is done, right? Bhavan mil gaya. Correct? Got Bhavan. Now to understand this beautiful sloka, this speaking a little, this sloka is told by Arjuna to Shri Krishna after he has seen the Vishwarupa. Right? He sees the Vishwarupa. And then he says this first sloka, first word that he says after seeing the Vishwarupa is this. So imagine a great warrior like Arjuna, brave warrior, was scared to his teeth, when he saw the Vishwarupa of Shri Krishna, right? So he tells him, Akhya hi, describe to me, Akhya hi, describe to me, Kaha Bhavan. I'm sure you know this, right? I'm sure you're able to understand. Kaha, we know Kaha, no? Who? We have done Kaha, Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachanam, right? Kaha bhavan asti. Who are you? See, Kriyapadam is missing. We don't know what Kriyapadam is at this point. Right? Kaha bhavan asti. Who are you? Ugra Rupaha. Very fierce formed one. The one with a fierce form. Immediately he gets scared. Namaha astu. Obeisance to you. Namaha astu tubhyam. Here says tubhyam. Right? My obeisance is to you. Hey Devavara, the best among the gods. Prasida. Shant ho jao. He's so scared with this Ugra Rupa that he says, calm down, Prasida. Prasida is to relax, baitho, like that, Vijñātum ichchami bhavantamadhyam. I wish to understand your beginning. Vijñātum ichchami bhavantamadhyam. I want to understand your beginning. Nahi prajanami. I do not understand your pravritti, your nature. I'm not able to understand your nature. Right? So this shloka becomes a little relevant in terms of trying to understand his Arjuna's confusion that he has forgotten language also. He has forgotten grammar also when he says this because Bhavan is a respectful form of you, right? We said the sort of uh, I won't say respectable form. I will say a distant form is Bhavan. That means when you are not on the same wavelength, you say Bhavan. If it's very close to you, like your mother, like God, your friend, then you say Tvam, right? So he starts with Akhyahi. When he says Akhyahi, he says Tvam Akhyahi. But he immediately shifts to Bhavan. Then he says Tubhyam, which is a form of Tvam. You get what I'm saying? And then he again shifts to Bhavantam. And then he says Tava, which is Tvam. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? It's like saying, it's like telling you, अरे तू बता आपका नाम क्या है? You meet somebody and you start with तुम बताओ and then you shift to आपका नाम क्या है? You get what I'm saying? So this guy is totally confused. Where to put this person, this Ugra Rupa which he sees, which is his close friend, his close friend, no? And this now he is seeing a very terrible form, right? In which he sees all the world, everybody is dying, going in, people getting born out of him. So he gets sort of so much shocked that then he shifts to Bhavan and then he sees, "Arey, this is my friend." So you see the confusion in him. Right? In this language itself, we can see the confusion. Cannot place this guy properly. Right? So we have found our Bhavan. Yes? Shall we go further?
Sir, with your permission, can we leave, sir, as I mentioned?
Yes, please.
Right, sir.
Can
Namo
we
Namaha.
go ahead? Yeah, Namo Namaha.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Manishji, can we go further? Read the exercise, Chaturtha Abhyasa. You're on mute. I think you're on mute. You're on mute. Yes, fourth Abhyasa. Second Adhyaya, 11th Shloka.
एतत् संख्याकेषु श्लोकेषु त्वम् इति शब्दम् अन्विष्यत. So we have to look for tvam.
You should look for Tvam.
So second adhyay, slok number 11.
Very beautiful shloka. One more.
Yeah.
These are-
अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वम्. श्री भगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वम् प्रज्ञावादंश्च भाषसे. गतासून गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः.
Very nice. Okay, very beautiful. I'll read it for you. Correct your where you must have gone wrong. Right? Ashocyanam vasochasvam nyavadanश्च भाषसे गतासून गतासूंश्च अनुशोचन्ति पंडिताः प्रज्ञावादांश्च प्रज्ञावादांश्च. Yes, right? So I
Yes.
will Ashocyan अन्वशोचः त्वं. Right? प्रज्ञावादान् च भाषसे. Very beautiful shloka, you know. Gata soon. Now I am deliberately splitting this for you. Agata soon cha na anushocanti panditaha. See now, look, what I have done is I am splitting the sandhis. So many sandhis you may not know, right? For example, you don't know why this becomes Pradnyavadanscha. This sandhi is not known to you, right? Clear? This is a little complicated. I don't want to go there. This you seem to know, right? Somadattis tataevacha. Right? You heard the takara here, so this visarga changes into the sakara. Clear? This also you don't seem to know. Gata sumcha. Clear? But this definitely you know. Na anushocanti becomes na anushocanti. ये तो पता है आपको. We have done this. What sandhi is this? Is this not savarna dirgha sandhi? Right? Na anusochanti becomes na anusochanti. Clear? So you have found tvam. We wanted tvam, no? Right? Okay. Just to explain to you the meaning of this shloka. So he says, tvam ashotyan anvashochaha. You are grieving for those who are not worthy to be grieved upon. So, in the first adhyaya, he says, I'm killing all my friends, I'm killing my brothers, I'm killing my guru, I'm killing my grandfather, I'm killing everybody, all my people. I have to go and kill them all. Right? This war. Right? And he laments, he cries, he's despondent, he's sad. Right? So Krishna tells him, you are grieving, you have grieved for those who are not worthy to be grieved of for. Right? These are all unworthy people. Ashocya. They are ashocya. For such people you are grieving. And you are telling all kinds of very clever things. Prajnavadan bhashate. Tvam prajnavada. You are doing prajnavada. That means what? All intelligent things you are telling. In the first adhyaya, Arjuna tells a lot of things. He says, all the men will get killed. What will happen to the ladies? There will be no descendants and this and that. He says big things he says. Right? Basically, he doesn't want to fight. He's so damn scared. He doesn't want to fight. So he's giving all kinds of reasons he gives. Right? So how should I kill my brothers? How can I kill my guru? Etc. etc. So he says, you are all telling clever things. Svam prajnavadan bhashase. And this part is very beautiful. Panditaha. We know Panditaha is what? What vibhakti is Panditaha? Pandita. Akaranta. Pullinga. Right? Panditaha, Prathama Vibhakti, Bahuvachanam, correct, no? Right? So, Panditaha na anushocanti, Panditaha na anushocanti, the wise do not grieve. He says the wise do not grieve. Do not grieve for whom? Do not grieve for whom? Gata soon or agata soon. Okay? The wise do not grieve for two kinds of people. Gata soon and agata soon. Right? Two kinds of people. Now, what are the gata soon and what are agata soon? So now let's try to understand this beautiful word with the word asu. Right? Asu means breath. The word asu means breath. It is an ukaranta pullinga word. Clear? So what will be your prathama vibhakti? Asu. Asu. Asavah. Is it clear? Right? And gata asu. Now tell me, gata means gone. Gata means gone. Now tell me, who are those people whose breath is gone? Can you tell me who are those people whose breath is gone?
The
People
people
who are dead.
The
Correct.
dead people. See, all living people का तो असु है, right? उसका जब ये असु जाता है, he becomes gata asu, right? So he says gata asu. We know how this becomes gata asu with savarna dirgha sandhi. Correct, no? So who is gata asu? The dead people, right? And who is agata asu? जिसका ब्रेथ अभी तक है, गया नहीं है. The agata asu, living. So the wise do not grieve for, neither grieve for the dead nor for the living. Right? So Sri Krishna says that कोई जिंदा है या मरा है. No point in grieving for both the kinds of people. Right?
So what is the deeper meaning of this when you say that there's no point in grieving neither for the dead and neither for the living? What is Shri Krishna trying to tell Arjuna here?
What he's trying to say is that the Atma is always living. Whether dead or living, that Atma is always there. It never gets destroyed. So we do not grieve for the living. If they are in any sort of condition, only their body is in some sort of condition. Not the soul, not the Atma, not the consciousness. And if it is dead, right, then also nothing to be grieved for, because that entity is still there. Whom I call that entity is not this Sharira, not this body, not this Kaya. It is the soul, the Atma, the consciousness is what I am trying to talk about. That is what he is saying. So no point in grieving.
That is the essence of Gita.
That is the essence of the Gita. That we are not looking after the Sharira all the time. That is the meaning of this. Of course, this what he says in this shloka gets qualified in other shlokas as well. Huh? It's not this meaning has to be derived from reading the other shlokas. You get what I'm saying? This is only one snippet.
So it
Other
might be
shlokas he says.
then. So what are the maybe in this context, Shri Krishna is saying this. But what about the values such as compassion, empathy? Where what about such values?
That is always to be there, but there should not be grief. Just yesterday, I was hearing some person's lecture. He says that happiness is irrespective of what you have, what you don't have, what condition you are in, what you are not in. the happiness, the bliss is
Blissfulness.
not a property of anything. It is only your personal property. And what I mean by your personal property is the property of your consciousness, not a property of this body. You might be in the deepest of trouble, but you can still be happy.
Hmm.
See, when when Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was suffering from throat cancer. I don't know whether you know. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, no?
Yes, Vivekananda Guru.
Vivekananda Guru. He was suffering from throat cancer. And he was in terrible shape because he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink. What can happen to a person? You just think what will happen. That time treatments also may not have been there and all that. So, one morning, one of his disciples asked him, "How are you?" Very simple question. How are you? When I get up in the morning, you ask somebody, "Kaise ho? Kaise ho?" So, he said, "बहुत कष्ट होता है." Yeah. Immediately after that, he said, "मुझे कष्ट नहीं होता, इस शरीर को कष्ट हो रहा है."
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? The separation,
Yeah.
the body from the self. He says, "मुझे कष्ट हो रहा है" means what I mean is, शरीर को कष्ट हो रहा है. मुझे कोई कष्ट नहीं है. I am in eternal bliss.
Hmm.
I am talking of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who could put others into Nirvikalp Samadhi. Forget going himself into Nirvikalp Samadhi. He could put others into Nirvikalp Samadhi. That kind of a person Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was. Right? Untrained people he could put into Nirvikalp Samadhi. That kind of a guru he was. Right? So for him, there was clear distinction between the body and himself. He says, I am not the body. If I am in trouble, that's okay. Body is in trouble. But I am blissful. I am happy. I am not in pain. This is what this shloka is trying to tell.
Hmm.
Separation of me from my body.
So
They are
in
not
this shloka, the Sri Krishna is essentially trying to say that there is no point in grieving for anything. So grief should not be a
anything.
part of life.
Exactly. Grieving is out of question.
Hmm.
As you said rightly, grieving for anything, because he introduces uses living as well as dead. Then what third entity to कुछ है ही नहीं.
Hmm.
If something is living or something is dead, it can't be a third option. So do not grieve for anything.
Right.
And he classifies this, he qualifies this with several other things in this shloka. Right? The second adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita is what they call as a Sankhya Yoga. Right? Everybody knows what is the meaning of Sankhya. You know the meaning of Sankhya?
Number.
What is the meaning of Sankhya?
Number, right? Digits.
Number, very nice. Number, correct. So this is called the Sankhya Yoga. Right? So something special about Sankhya is that there are strict rules that govern Sankhya. Correct? No? For example, I tell you 2 plus 2 is not 4. Will you agree?
No.
Huh? No. Right? Because it's logical. Right? There is logic. So Sankhya Yoga means it's the yoga of logic. Right? No divinity, no God, nothing special, nothing. Right? Sankhya Yoga talks about mere logic, pure logic, nothing other than logic. Doesn't talk of God, doesn't talk of divinity. Right? When he goes to the 9th Adhyaya, he talks about his glory. He talks about Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means glory. Right?
Hmm.
And glory किसका होता है? कोई स्पेशल चीज का ग्लोरी होता है ना, कोई साधारण चीज का थोड़ी ना ग्लोरी होता है. But Sankhya, there is no glory or anything. No, nothing special. It's only logic. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That's it. It cannot be 1 plus 1 cannot be 3. Sankhya. Right? Everything to do with logic. So this second adhyaya, he talks very, very logically. You can understand it very crystal clear. The logic is very clear. Right?
Hmm.
we'll do more of the second adhyaya. I think next sloka is the 12th sloka. Yes, can you read Rakesh padenge? This is a continuation of this concept. Huh? This next 12th sloka is a continuation of this concept. And what he is trying to do is try to understand one thing. He is trying to give you various reasoning. You get what I'm saying? First reason is that he said that don't grieve. Correct? Suppose I tell you don't grieve, then immediately your question comes in your mind. No? Why should I not grieve? Do you understand what I'm saying? Here you are talking of logic. If I'm saying do not grieve, you are not treating me as God. Right? You are reasoning it out. He is asking, Baba, why I should not grieve? So God now tells you, Sri Krishna tells you an explanation of why you should not grieve. Right? Clear? We'll read the next sloka. Are you able to get the scheme of things?
Yes.
In the second adhyaya, it's very logical. So if he says
Yes.
something, he has to substantiate it. See, in the ninth adhyaya, he says, Pandaveshu aham Dhananjaya. He says, among the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Right? You can't ask him, why Baba, why are you only Arjuna? Why are you not Yudhishthira? Why are you not Bhima? You can't ask. No logic. Divinity, the element of divinity. No logic. You can't ask a question answer kuch nahi hai. But here, whatever he says, he substantiates it. Right? Now the substantiation is in the next sloka. Let's read it. Yes, Rakesh ji padhiye.
न त्वे वहाँ जातु नासन न त्वम नेमे जनाधिपा न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम.
Very nice. Beautiful shloka, you know. Natve vaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipaha na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. Right? Let me split it for you. And now you will see what he's trying to say in that earlier sloka. Now, what he was trying to say. Now he's trying to give you some explanation. Natu eva aham. I'm splitting the sandhis for you. Sorry. I'll split everything for you. Aham na asam. Natu eva aham na asam. Na tvam. Na ime janadipaha. Janadipaha. Right? Nacha eva na bhavishyamaha. Sarve vayam atah param. See, now he gives you an explanation that why you should not grieve. He told you something illogical. See, somebody dies and you should not grieve. Kyun? Right? So now he gives you an explanation. Why he said that first thing? So he says, Natu eva aham na asam. That means there was never a time when I was not there. Okay. Aham na asam na. There was never a time that I was not there. Natvam. Neither you nor these kings. Janadhipaha. Janadhipaha. Akaranta pullinga word. Like you said, Nrupaha. No? Right? You gave the word Nrupaha, no? Manishji, for king. So you get another word for king. Jana Adhipaha. Right? You got a word Jana Adhipa. So the one who takes care of his Jana Adhipa. Right? So Jana Adhipaha, Ime Jana Adhipaha. So there is never a time when I am not there. There is never a time when you are not there. There is never a time when all these things were not there. It never happened. And it will never happen. This is the future tense. Future tense. And this is the past tense. So there was never a time when I was not there, when you were not there, or neither all these things were not there. There will never be a time when I will not be there, when you will not be there, and all these things will not be there. So, sarve vayam ataha param vayam. We know vayam by now. We all, right? We all. Vayam sarve ataha param. So we are going to be there always. Now tell me, if this is true, then why you should grieve? Do you understand my point? If everybody is permanent, right, then what is to grieve about? See, the grief is a point which comes only when your vision is concentrated to one spot. If you look at the pan of all the events, what is the grief about? You get what I'm saying? You said this beautiful word, compassion.
So when the focus is only on material things, which is physically there in front of you,
Yeah.
I think that is not the reality. That's when grief comes.
Very true. I was just
Very,
thinking about it.
very.
The
So
grief is because
when you said this compassion, I remember something very beautiful. You permit me, I will. This is not related to Sanskrit, but I want to narrate one incident. Narrate what I have heard. Right? When you said this, should we not have compassion? Should we not have kindness? Should we not be helpful? And, just forget जो होता है होने दो. Should we behave like this? So no, that is not who you should. Right? There is something called Vedanta Society of New York. I don't know if you know.
Manish, can you
Vedanta
please be on mute? Manish ji, on mute. Thank you.
Vedanta Society of New York was established by Swami Vivekananda in New York, right? And one of the very acclaimed teachers of Advaita Vedanta is Sarva Priyananda, Swami Sarva Priyananda. You know, he happens to give lectures in this Advaita Vedanta Society of New York. So I happened to hear one of his lectures. He narrates, when he was in Calcutta, during his student days, when he was in the ashrama, when his Gurukula, it seems, he was standing at the window and was looking down on the street, and he found, a beggar. It was raining heavily, and there was a lame beggar there, right? And he felt very sorry. It's raining so badly. This guy is begging for food. He's not begging for some money, and he's not having proper clothes. He's not able to even walk properly. Right? He was lame person, and he felt very sorry. At that time, his guru was watching him from the back, and he told him that, see, what happened? Kya ho gaya? What are you staring at that man? So Sarva Priyananda told his guru that, he says, this is such a sorry state of this man, right? Grief. What we were talking about a little while ago, no? Grief, right? So he was aggrieved looking at the condition of this man. So his guru told him that what you are seeing now, no? Right? You don't know, he must have done some horrible deed in his earlier life, right? Right? If you knew that, then you would think that this man should be, should not have legs at all. Why lame? Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't know the pan of things, but that does not make us indifferent. You get what I'm saying? This compassion, these things, have to be a part of our life. We cannot be indifferent, right? But you should not grieve. You see the deeper impact of this whole
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
Right?
Grief is it is a feeling which is very, very strong, and compassion is more of uh, an action that you do to take probably
Exactly.
help or uh, do
Exactly.
something about a situation. And grief is
You
all
should be
about
pos-
that feeling that you sit with.
grief is, you only sit with something and you don't do anything.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
not beneficial for anybody, not for you, not for the person for whom you are grieving, both. Right? So no grief. That is what he's trying to say here. And he then qualifies it and tells you that look here, it was never that you were not there, or not I am not going to be there, or you are not going to be there, or all these people are not going to be there. That's never going to happen. It never was happened. It never did happen, nor it will never happen. ऐसा तो कभी होगा ही नहीं कि तुम नहीं होगे, मैं नहीं होऊंगा, ये सब नहीं होगे. Then what is the grief about? That is one more reason he is giving. There are many more. There are many more in the second adhyaya. As a matter of fact, second adhyaya is the longest adhyaya in the Bhagavad Gita. So it tells you many other ways in which you should think, which is the logically correct. Right? Okay. I think quickly we'll finish the next sloka as well. Right? Can you read Shriyaji, 16th sloka? Can you also try?
Which one?
16th sloka? 16th one? Or Manishji will go ahead? Or Rakeshji, who will try to? Next one is 1 minute. Next one is 26. Sorry, 26.
26, second Adhyay.
26. We are looking for scope. We are looking for
2.16, right?
2.16. No, 26. Correct. It is the printing mistake.
26.
Okay. Okay. I'll read it.
Yes. Please read.
अथ चैनं जातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Very nice. Chainam nityajatam nityamanyate tathapi mahabaho naivam suchamarati. For reason why he should not. Let me speak it for you. Atha cha enam. We try to recognize Sanji as I am writing. Nityajatam. Nityam va manyase mrutam. Right? Tathapi tatha api tvam महाबाहो न एवं शोचितुम अर्हसि. Right? So, अथ च एनं नित्यजातं. Right? नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं. So he says that you are thinking that this is when after being born nityajatam. That means what? Once it is born, it is going to live forever. Right? And you are also going to think that nityam mrutam, that means something which is dead, is always dead. Right? He says that is not true. Right? Both of these are not true. That means you are thinking that something is born and will remain forever. Right? And something that is dead will remain dead forever. This is what your perception is. He says you are thinking like that. Right? Correct. Suppose you are thinking like this, then why grieve? Do you understand what I'm saying? Then he says, Tathapi Tvam, even then, Tvam na shochitum arhasi. Right? He calls him Mahabaho. He calls him the one with, great big shoulders, very strong. The one with strong shoulders. Right? So he says that, okay, for a moment, let us assume that you are right. Look at the logic. You get what I'm saying? For a moment, he says, let us think you are right. That is what is born is going to live forever. And what is dead is going to be dead forever. He says, then also, why are you grieving? You see the reasoning. You see the logic. For a moment, he says, let us assume you are right. That which is born is going to live forever. And that which is dead is going to remain dead forever. Okay, if that is so, then also why grieve? You are not able to do anything about it. Anyway, कुछ कर तो सकते नहीं ना उसके बारे में. Right? Then why grieve? Another level of reasoning, another level of argument. Right? And we have found our Tvam. We have found our, what was that? Na Tvam shochitum arhasi. We have found our Tvam. Right? See, the second adhyaya is very interesting. It deserves a full reading, and a very logical understanding. I'm just giving you snippets, picking out focus, but you should read it in the whole adhyaya and understand the reasoning which Krishna is giving, the logic which he is following. It's simply amazing. Right? Okay, we'll continue next time with 27. Right? The next one is 27, not 17. There's a printing mistake in the book. Right? The next shloka is 2 step 20. Right? Okay, shall we stop here then? Right? धन्यवाद.
नमो नमः सर, धन्यवाद.